So I think we're live. Good evening, Demetrios. How are you tonight? I hope you're well. It's been a lovely sunny day here in Spain. So what we're going to do to start with, I don't know if you've done these before, but this is what they call a keyword transform, a sentence transformation. We've got a sentence here that says he was chosen for the job because he has a lot of experience. Now you see this word due in capital letters. Well, you need to put that in the gap with other words to make a sentence that has the same meaning. Okay, so they hired him, and then you need due in this sentence, and then a lot of experience. And this is, I think, grammatically quite, well, it's certainly advanced. You're pretty good, so I think you may well be able to do this. And if not, then it's a good thing as well. Okay, I'm glad to hear you're splendid, yeah? Okay, it's great to start. So, he was chosen for the job because he had a lot of experience. And now you need to rewrite this. They hired him, and you need to include the word due, and then a lot of experience. So, how are you going to do this? So I'm sure you know this due and how to use it, but it's not always the easiest. So, well, we will see. Okay, so that's a good start. They hired him due to having a lot of experience. I think we also need a pronoun here. Okay, because who has the experience? Who has the experience? So very definitely I'm going to put due to and having. But we still need one more word in the middle. And this is the complicated bit. There are, yes! Congratulations. Due to his, or we can also use him having a lot of experience. Yeah? So, due to his having a lot of experience, or due to him having a lot of experience. Here's another one like this with the same idea. Okay, so let me make a space there. And whoops, no, that needs to go there. Okay, so we've got another one, and we need the same type of structure. Okay, so due to either a possessive pronoun or an object pronoun. You can use both. Yeah, both are possible. Yeah, his having, him having, exactly. Both of those fit. Due to his having, here having is actually the present participle of the verb. And then, is that the right way round? Oh, no, that's the wrong way round. His having a lot of having. This is actually a noun with ing, and him having is the present participle. Okay, here's another one. Mr. Duggan was fired partly. Okay. Mr. Duggan's lateless, constant lateness, contributed partly to his dismissal from the company. That works very nicely. So let's see if we can do this with, let me add another word. Could you add the word being as well? Yeah? So Mr. Duggan's constant lateness. And also, what is the preposition with to contribute? To contribute, okay, yes, you've actually used it there. Contributed partly to, and see if you can use the verb to fire in this. Yeah, do you think you could, the structure we used for the last one? So Mr. Duggan's constant lateness contributed partly to, we need 3 more words, the same structure as you used in the previous one. Okay, it contributed partly to, dismissal is a good to his dismissal from the company is a good word, it's a noun, and it makes it easy. But so contributed partly to 3 words, to his being fired. That's very good. So his or him being fired. That's very, very, very good indeed. Yeah, it contributed partly to his or him being fired. Okay, that was really good. So let's try. What I'd like to try now is the same thing, but could you give me a sentence with thanks to, and then plus pronoun plus verb ing. So could you write me a sentence with this? Okay, this is really quite advanced English, and I'm very happy to see you're able to do this quite well. So thanks to plus pronoun plus verb, and then verb space plus ing. Sounds better. Okay, so yeah, let me write an example to this for this one. We succeeded thanks to your being an expert. Yeah, that would be an example of this. Yeah, we succeeded, we need an N here, thanks to your being an expert. Yeah, so could you put together a sentence for me with this, to put together, to construct, if you like? Okay, we succeeded thanks to your being an expert. I'm going to put the next one here so we can actually see it. Okay, so let me try. Let me produce another example. Let me see. Okay, so thanks to our reviewing the syllabus frequently, we sailed through the exam. Notice you can use our or us. That's really good. Okay, could you give me another similar one with as a consequence of? Yeah, as a consequence of. We stopped, W, we stopped the project as a consequence of us having insufficient budget. Okay, as a consequence of. So it's a double insufficient. Yeah, sufficient, I think that's right. Okay, so as a consequence of project. Yeah, we stop the project as a consequence. Q-U-E-N-C-E, that looks better, of us, full of typographic errors, having insufficient budget. Your English is improving as a consequence of you studying constantly. Okay, yeah, your English is improving as a consequence of your constant studying, or you studying. Insufficient. The CIENT, insufficient. Okay, so yeah, see if you can give me one with this. And that's very good. So let's see. As a consequence of us flouting the obligatory mask use, we all ended up having contracted COVID. That's really good. That's another really good one. And let's do one last one. So attribute to. Yeah, to attribute to. Okay, so to attribute to. I attribute her success to her being an excellent worker. So I attribute her success, I'm sorry about all to her being an excellent worker. And this I. So if you can give me a sentence with attribute to as well. You've passed this with flying colours. Yeah, I'm really quite impressed, because I've been giving you various difficult grammar things, and you don't seem to be having any problem with any of them. So I attribute her success to her being an excellent worker. It could be her object pronoun or her possessive. Yeah. Let me try another one. I attribute the spread of COVID to the government not knowing what they're doing. Okay, or I attribute the spread of COVID to their not knowing what they are doing. I attribute global warming to our releasing excessive amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere. I attribute his inconsistency to him being suffering from bipolar disorder. Okay, that's very his being suffering from, yeah, probably cross out the being. It's probably better without the being. But his, yeah, to his suffering from, or to him suffering from. That's really, really good. I'm really happy with that. You've done a great job here, Dimitrios. So let's continue from where we were the other day. So you remember we were doing words about hit and poke and things like that. So let's see. We're going to do some more of these. The first word we're going to look at is to beat. So what is to beat? Yeah, to beat is to hit repeatedly. So could you just give me a little sentence with beat? Yeah, I guess you could also use it in a match. One team beat another. No, don't thank me. You're the one that should be proud of your achievement. Okay, so to beat, to hit repeatedly, or maybe to overcome. Yeah, you could use it as well, but I'm looking at meanings of words talking about hitting. Yeah, so could you give us a sentence with to beat? Yeah, as in to hit repeatedly. So, for example, he beat on the door until somebody answered. Yeah, and yeah, okay, he beat on the door until somebody answered. To hit again and again and again. He beat the metal with a hammer. Yeah, that would work as well. Okay, I need to just change this capital H. So just give me a sentence with to beat, and then we'll try another one of these. So the older children beat up the youngsters. Okay, yeah, to beat up, that's a nice phrasal verb. Yeah, to hit a lot until it hurts. Okay, the next word we're going to do is poke. Okay, so poke. To prod or jab with an object such as a finger or a stick. To poke. Yeah, so when we're in company and I say the wrong thing, maybe my wife pokes me. Yeah, pokes me in the side. Hey, yeah. So to poke, to prod. Yeah, to prod or jab with an object such as a finger or a stick. Normally you poke with something long and thin. Yeah, he poked me with a stick. Yeah, so be careful with that pencil, or you might poke your eye out. Yeah, and then you'll have to go to the hospital. Okay, so to poke, or you also, when you have a fire, you have a long stick, which is a poker that you use to poke the fire. Yeah, I was in the underground, and there were lots and lots of people, and there was a man poking his umbrella into the middle of my back, into the small of my back. Yeah, they say that very often, the small of the back. Yeah. Yes, so you could use this like this as well. I opened the window and poked my head out. Okay, that's another way to put outside, to poke out. Yeah, to extend through a hole, to poke out. Okay, yes. His brother was poking him with a piece of wire. Yes, he's not his brother, he's with a B, his brother. Okay, so we need something with to poke. Yeah, to poke or to prod or to jab with an object such as a finger or a stick. Yeah, so he's poking him with a piece of wire. To poke with something long and thin. Yeah, or maybe even, that's a good phrase, don't poke your nose in. So, N-O-E-S, N-O-S-E. Okay, to poke your nose in. Don't poke your nose in. This is to concern yourself with somebody else's business that is not relevant to you. I poked him with a fork in the arm. He's wide awake. John opened the door of my office a crack and he poked his head inside to say hi. That's really, really, really good. Okay, so let's try another one then. I think the next one we're going to try is to buffet. And this word's interesting. So, wrong one, almost. That's better. Okay, to buffet, to knock or push repeatedly. Notice you can eat at a buffet where the T at the end is silent and you use the French pronunciation. Yeah, a buffet is where they put lots of food on tables and everyone helps themselves. More than half of the UK population have had both COVID jabs. I've only had my first one, but I'm very, very impressed that the way that the rollout of the COVID vaccine in the UK, because I think it's a really important thing, and that's thanks to the NHS, people working really hard to get vaccinations in people's arms. So to buffet, to knock around. For example, I was in an aeroplane and there was bad weather, and the passengers were being buffeted around. Boom, 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 bang, boom. Yeah, to buffet, to knock around. What do you mean? Thank me? Thank you and your colleagues. Yeah, because it's a long and hard job, and you also need to try to stay safe as well. Okay, so to buffet, to knock or push repeatedly. Let's see, if you have a van and you put one small box in the back of the van and you drive like a maniac, the box will be buffeted from one side to another. So it's to buffet, to hit from all sides. Or this example I had before, when you go on the underground and you start to get knocked, there are lots and lots of people and the train is jerking backwards and forwards, you are being buffeted. Yeah, so to buffet as opposed to buffet, same spelling, different pronunciation. To knock around, to push against, to knock repeatedly, to push repeatedly. Yeah, so the passengers were buffeted around due to the bad weather. They were buffeted around in the aeroplane. Yeah, or I was buffeted by the crowd. I moved one way, moved another. Yeah, pushed or knocked repeatedly. Yeah, notice buffet, the food, comes from a French origin, and when the words have a French origin, you don't pronounce the last T. But buffet does not have a French origin. I think it's probably a Saxon origin, and therefore you do pronounce the T. Yeah. So yes, for example, ballet, where you don't pronounce the T, or mallet, where you do pronounce the T, and it depends where the word originally comes from. So I need a sentence with buffet when you're ready, Demetrios. Yeah, a nice sentence with buffet. I'm sure you can do that. Yeah, the fragile contents of the box were buffeted backwards and forwards by the rough road. Yeah, I'm glad I was wearing my seatbelt, because the car was bouncing up and down and I was being buffeted. The ship was buffeted by the waves in the storm, knocked this way, knocked that way, knocked forwards, knocked backwards. This is to buffet. Yeah, I guess life buffets us as well. But okay, so to buffet, to knock backwards and forwards. Yeah, so it's Warren Buffett, the investor. Yeah. So yeah, I was buffeted by the wind. The wind's been knocking me. Yeah, he was in a tent and there was a lot of wind, and the wind was buffeted backwards and forwards by the high winds. Okay, that's the idea of to buffet. Yeah, to knock or bang backwards and forwards. Okay, so when you're ready, Dimitri, let's have an example. Yeah, it's to buffet. This is another type of hitting, to knock around a bit. But notice when you're buffeted, you're not being hit hard. You're being pushed, yeah, or knocked, but not knocked very hard. To buffet, it's more a sudden movement than actually being hit. Yeah. So like the waves hitting a ship, or the wind. Yes, strap this box somewhere. This constant buffeting inside the boot in this bumpy road will tear it apart. That's great. Just on this bumpy road. So normally it's on a road, not in. Oh, and one thing I hate about London's tube is being buffeted amidst the crowd. That's a really good example as well. I love it. Okay, so let's try another one. To pinch. Yeah, next one is to pinch. Yes, on the road, not in the road. Yeah, yeah, okay, the boot on this bumpy road, on a road. It's more normal on than in. Okay, the next one, to pinch. To squeeze a small bit of skin and press hard to make it hurt. So, yeah, I pinched myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming. Yeah, they said I'd won the lottery and I had to pinch myself to be certain that I wasn't dreaming. Yeah, or you could pinch your finger. Have you ever pinched your finger in a door? So just a little bit of skin gets trapped, and that's really can be really, really painful. Yeah. Okay. So to pinch. Yeah. I pinched my finger in the drawer, for example, as well. Oh, I need to put this here. This pinch. Yes, to pinch. So yeah, I pinched my hand in the door. Yeah. Or okay, I need an H here. Or also, you could pinch your finger with a pair of pliers. Ouch, that hurts. Or when shutting something, you could pinch a bit of skin. But notice also, to pinch, we could use it to mean an informal way to steal. To steal. And I think this has the idea of the pinching motion, but your fingers going like this. So you pinch something, you pick it up and you put it in your pocket. So to pinch, to steal. He pinched my wallet. My wallet, that's better. He pinched my wallet. Okay, so something with pinch. Yeah, you pinch you pinch the skin. Yeah. Well, let's see. When I say the wrong thing in company, my wife pokes me, and if I carry on, then she pinches me. Yeah. Or this phrase they have, a pinch and a punch for the first of the month. Yeah. Okay, that goes there. And let me try, yeah. This is a common phrase. A pinch and a punch for the first of the month. Yeah, this is what you say when it's the first day of the month. Yeah, this is what you could say to your colleagues when you go to work on the 1st of June as well. Yeah, a pinch and a punch for the first of the month. Yeah, it sounds a bit aggressive, but this is a very, very traditional phrase. Okay, so, yeah, to pinch a piece of skin or to pinch something, to steal something. Notice to steal, the steal meaning is very informal, whereas I pinched my hand in the door, or I pinched my hand in a pair of pliers. This is completely neutral and you can use it anywhere. Yeah? So it's best not to pinch your fingers if you can help it, because it could hurt quite a lot. It could be rather unpleasant. Okay, so all we need now is a sentence with to pinch. You've been really good tonight, but you always are. I'm going to have to find something even more difficult for you. Yeah, but well. This seems to go down quite well. The other thing I would say to you as well, Demetrios, is if you have any more requests for anything different, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to carry on doing this type of thing. Someone with sticky fingers in the habit of pinching other people's pens in our department. Okay, yes, very definitely. I love that, sticky fingers. Okay, so that's the last one of these for today. Thank you very much. You've been very, very good. Let me know if you have any other ideas or any other requests. If not, I can carry on doing these types of things with different simple verbs. Till the cows come home. Take my diagnosis as provisional with a pinch of salt. Yeah, okay, a pinch of salt. Yeah, a pinch of salt. So if you take something with a pinch of salt, you shouldn't believe it. It's probably been exaggerated. So, Demetrios, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for being exactly on time. And I will see you again next week. So, stay safe. Take care, enjoy yourself, and have fun with your family. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye. No, you owe your English to your hard work, because you're the one that did the work. I'm just a catalyst, no more. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.